that would be a good idea to talk about forgiveness and the perspective that I've been able to reach through spirit. First of all, I don't believe in forgiveness anymore, because what I found was that in order for me to forgive someone, I'd have to judge them and make a decision, have a thought process around how they treated me, and deem it as wrong or bad and hurtful, of course. If I was to go beyond forgiveness, what is that? That's non-judgment. And then what does non-judgment look like? It looks like you had an experience with someone, you don't know why they reacted the way they did, and there's nothing really you can do about that. It's the fact is that it was an experience, and you can take control of how you choose to respond to that experience, how you choose to think about it, how you choose to carry that forward in your relationships with yourself and with other people. So non-judgment looks like there was an experience and it hurt, and I will move forward, having learned from that experience, to be able to recognize when that type of an experience presents itself again, and I will handle myself differently. You can think through as to like how you would handle that experience differently, and then that way you can become a better person. You can forgive, I believe, only yourself, for your lack of judgment, maybe. In picking a person like that in your life, you can choose to do that, and then you can choose to forgive yourself. And that's really important. When I've seen the other side, what I saw is that this is only an experience. All this hurt and this pain, we don't carry it forward. We're not meant to experience unconditional love in this realm, because we've had that. When we leave this life experience, we are in a place of unconditional love and true acceptance. But we're not supposed to be experiencing that here. Here, it's about having an experience that is other than that. Having experiences that force us to reach into our better selves, for others and for ourselves. I think if people were to be honest, what they would find is in their process of forgiving, there's a little voice in your head that says, why would I forgive this person when they've hurt me so badly and now they're off the hook for the way that they treated me? And when you see it as just an experience, it's something that happened. You don't know why. You don't know what happened in their lifetime, in their grandmother's lifetime, in their great-grandmother's lifetime, in their experience with their parents, and their experience up until the date and the moment that they did something that was hurtful. You don't know what that was. And it's okay that you don't know. Our power is in the present, in what we can do from here forward. We can take this experience and choose to believe that we can help others from that experience that we had. We can have more empathy. We can learn that there is no such thing as perfection in someone else or in ourselves. If this is only an experience, which is what I was told when I was on the other side, at first I was upset about that, to tell you the truth. I was kind of pissed off because it hurts. And it was very real. These experiences that have hurt me and traumatized me have been very real in my life, and it somehow seemed to demean those experiences. But the truth is, from what I saw on the other side, it was an addition. It wasn't a subtraction from my soul. It was an addition of an experience that I wouldn't otherwise have had. And so then it was up to me on how I choose to interpret that experience. And if I choose to interpret the experience as something that happened that can make me a better human being, and in a way add to my soul and my soul's growth, that doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries, because you'll recognize that type of a relationship. This is an experience that you can choose to learn from. When this comes up again, you can say, been there, done that, I'm not going to do that again. And you can do it without judgment. You be you, I'll be me. How you choose to live your life is up to you. And you will have whatever consequences come from that. And I will have whatever consequences that come to me from my chosen belief system and thought process. And I am taking responsibility for my life and choosing to live my life with love. And that's my boundary. If you cannot be kind, if you cannot take responsibility for hurt that you've caused, so that we can have a discussion and move forward into a more positive place, then you can not be in my inner world. You're in the world, obviously, but I am my responsibility. Who am I to forgive you and relieve you of any consequence for your behavior? Why, a lot of times people ask for forgiveness because it's almost like redemption. They want to feel better about themselves. That's not up to me. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to be as loving and kind and to clean up my own mess. So this is the conclusion I've come to about forgiveness. I hope some of it helps to heal. I know it's healed me deeply and allowed me to live my life with a fuller heart.